So the first thing to think about when you're asking the question, what's the job? Think about the structure of your gen ed administration in your institution. It can vary widely across institutions. So, for example, you might have a full-time faculty administrator. You may have a full-time administrator, such as a dean, charged with oversight for gen ed. You have a part-time faculty administrator charged with that oversight. Or it may be a committee chair if you have a curriculum committee, and part of that chairperson's responsibility might be oversight for your gen ed. Or it might be a combination of things. And again, depending on the combination or the structure, that can sometimes dictate other aspects of the role. But specific responsibilities may include, but not necessarily be limited to, things like proposal process and review, depending on how your gen ed is put together. Faculty may have to go through a formal review process when they want to add a course to the core, change a course, and you may be tasked with overseeing the process of review. You may be tasked with review of the course for waivers, for course substitutions, for transfer, so on and so forth. You most certainly will be tasked with assessment, designing an assessment plan, creating rubrics, having learning sessions with faculty to ensure that assessment is clear and consistent across sections of courses. Other tasks may include chairing a committee, again, a broad curriculum committee that may have oversight for, or there may be a smaller committee within that structure who's tasked specifically oversight of you for gen ed. Communicating to stakeholders, that will be a very important part of your job. And again, identifying the stakeholders, students, certainly, faculty, both faculty teaching your gen ed courses, but also faculty and other programs who are outside your gen ed and helping them to appreciate and understand how your gen ed works. Reporting, you may be tasked with writing quarterly reports, annual reports, initiatives within gen ed, assessment results, and so on and so forth. Understanding, communicating, and applying best practices and trends in general education, pedagogy, assessment, curriculum development. And fortunately for you, AGLS is a great resource to help you access and learn about some of those best practices and trends. And there are lots of other wonderful resources and organizations, ABCU, NILOA, and so forth. And then finally, advocating and modeling change leadership, equity, and inclusion on your campus. And again, gen ed can be a great place to do that kind of work. Other tasks may include tracking documentation, again, whether electronically or in field. Now we're all in the electronic space, and again, those may include documents helping to get student request waivers, transfer equivalencies, any sort of curriculum process that you may undergo. Keeping track, again, all of the documentation kinds of things. Developing partnerships and collaboration, both internal and external. Internally, partnering through gen ed with student life, with enrollment management, and other offices on your campus. And you may seek out external partnerships as well for your students. Budgeting and external funding, you may be fortunate enough to have a dedicated budget to support the initiatives within your general education program. And you may be tasked with or think about seeking external funding, such as overall, there are just some general rules that come along with being in this kind of position. And the first one is sometimes, unfortunately, being a lightning rod. You probably already know well that general education or curriculum can be sometimes contentious, and difficult, especially if you're in vision or change. People feel very passionate about Gen Ed, particularly the discipline has an important role in your Gen Ed structure. And sometimes, again, you might be the source of frustration when changes in revision processes and other decisions might not be so popular. Another one, which I mentioned briefly, is being a cross-campus connection. Um, because Gen Ed is central to every student's educational experience at your institution, you have wonderful opportunities to reach out and connect with lots of other areas on your campus. Again, student life is an important thing. Management can be another. And serving in that role, being literally the biggest center on your campus. You will find yourself in the role of being shepherd, guiding people, again, especially if your gen ed program is beginning or thinking about any sort of vision process, your leadership being essential to success of that process. And then finally, to be a cheerleader for general education and for the liberal arts, to promote sense of value, again, to all stakeholders, again, particularly to students, helping them understand why these courses matter, why these are an important part of being an educated person, and being enthusiastic and supportive of that effort. And to help you with all of that, we have a dedicated chapter in our AGLS book titled Who is a Gen Ed Leader to guide you towards resources, to help you find ways to answer some of those challenging questions around Gen Ed, again, promotion of value, and so on and so forth. So good luck in your role, and we look forward to seeing you at the Constitute and helping you become a successful Gen Ed